Well, here we are, folks. It's Thursday night, and I've got two small bass. One of them's been trying to say hello to everybody, and I'm back down here at the lake, and these two guys are going into the big lake. Heading out here. I've never been on this part of the lake before. This is all sand. This should be underwater. But here we are, heading out to the lake. Beautiful evening. We're hoping to get some rain. So I'm almost right on the edge. Right. Wait a minute. There they are. They're still flopping around. Let's see, we'll get them out here. See what we got. Okay, here we are down at the water. Okay, little fish, are you ready? Come on, get in there. You can do it. Now don't tell me. Come on, go on. There you go. There he goes. He's a little slow. Well, we got some ducks up here that said hello. Hello, ducks. So anyway, that's two more released of my program of helping my friend manage his private lake near my house. And here we are down at the lake, enjoying a beautiful evening. Now, as I'm backing up right now, just trying to get an idea of where I'm at and what I'm going to do next. Okay, I think I'm back far enough. And give you a little more view of the lake this evening. You can see the possibility. We've got some rain coming in. We're thanking the Lord for the rain. It was only 108 today. And so we can definitely use the rain in this area. Maybe some of you that are viewing this can definitely be using some rain in your area too. So God is our provider. You know, it was interesting as I'm showing this and kind of talking to y'all. I looked up the records for hot weather across the United States. As you know, President Biden, even the Secretary of Defense and General Milley of the Chief of Staff, they're all talking about, the existential threat of weather. And so I looked up the climate factors that we've had in the United States for every 50 states, every one of them, of when the hottest weathers were. Now, this might not be surprising to some of you that have studied history, but basically during the time of the Depression that they called the Dust Bowl years, in the mid to late 30s, almost every state across the United States, that was their record setting times of 100 degrees plus. 100 degrees plus weather. And as somebody pointed out, some of this weather across the world right now is not climate change, but it is sun power, because there was just some incredibly strong and powerful solar flares. That's something that the sun does on its own. That's how it was created, to send out power across the universe. So let's don't be blaming man for things that he has no charge over. Let's look and understand that God is the creator of the heavens. He's the creator of the universe. He's the creator of the sun and the moon and the stars. In other words, he created weather and weather patterns. I've heard it said and believe that the reason some of the Old Testament people lived so long is because they could live long enough to see the movement of the stars and to understand the weather patterns. And of course, Noah, we all know about Noah. Noah and the flood. There had never been a flood until that time, and God said, I'm starting over. I'm starting over. And as a result, he did things that had never happened before. He brought water, rain out of the skies. Up until the time of Noah, the earth was watered from the deep fountains of the earth. They would just come up in springs of water. And yet, when the flood came, all of those deep water fissures in the ocean, upon the land, all over, plus the rains came, and the rest was history. Noah had spent a long time building a boat. Nobody had ever seen an ark. Nobody had ever seen an ark. But Noah had instructions of what to build, the animals to bring in, and from that result, 8 people survived. I'm sure Noah went and told the other people around him, you know, this is going to be happening. So you better start thinking about and listening to what I'm telling you about the true and living God that I understand. You know, and that's where we are today. That's where we are today. Let me make a little deviation here. I think the other night I kind of shared with you that I was trying to come up with a title for these broadcasts where I go out fishing. Well, last night when I went to bed and was praying, I said, Lord, give me a title. Show me something that makes sense of what I'm doing and what you want me to do. So when I got up this morning is the 21st of July 2022, I did one of my things that I do is I will look at a psalm or a proverb dealing with a date. Well, today I looked at that, I did that, and then I decided I'm going to do something else because I've been studying in the New Testament books in the Gospels because I wanted to know more about Jesus, of how he taught people, how he ministered, how he discipled his disciples. And so I decided, and I believe this came from the Holy Spirit, I really do. I believe said, go to John 21. Now, John 21 is the last chapter in the book of John. The last chapter in the book of John. And it kind of starts out this way. If you can go and read it yourself, it kind of goes this way, that the disciples had returned to their home area, Tiberias. And they were all together hanging out. Now remember, these guys were fishermen. And they asked, well, Peter, what are you going to do? Peter said, I'm going fishing. And a couple others said, yeah, we'll go with you. So they did. They went fishing. Now you might remember the other night that I talked about Peter and how he was a fisherman. And Jesus said, I will make you a fisher of men. I read that. I'm going to go fishing. Well, guess what? We're going to call this program, when I put it together, when I bring it out to you, I'm going to go fishing. I'm going to talk about some of the things that happened, maybe show a little bit more, I hope, of some of the things I'm doing fishing, and I hope you enjoy it. If you're a fisherman or a fisherwoman, maybe you'll find something that's enjoyable. Maybe something that I can share with you that I've done, that I've learned, that I've experimented with, and the results I've got are good, and you can enjoy that. But I also take what Jesus told Peter and those other fishing disciples. I'm going to make you fishers of men. And you see, I have been fishing as a fisherman since I was about 5 years old. So that makes 70 years of fishing. And I still enjoy it. I have one of my favorite friends, Richard Jean, the Fishing Machine. He's a YouTuber from Alabama. He's a real hoot on teaching about fishing. And he says this simply, and I believe it: fishing is good for you. And you know what? I think that that's what those disciples also believed. They needed some time out. Can you imagine all the pressures that had been upon them the last days of Passover, the crucifixion? They knew that Jesus had raised from the dead. He had actually told them to go back up to Galilee, and they did it. But these guys were fishermen. And that was a way, not only did they make money, but I think in this case they were going out to relax. I had a friend of mine in Florida when Diane and I were down there at Missionary Training Center in Jacksonville. He was one of the instructors down there. And he simply told me this. He said he loved to fish. And he said his wife could tell when he just had too much pressure. And she says, "Why don't you go fishing?" And he said, that was my form of relaxation, just to go. He said, I didn't have to catch anything, just to go and be out and just take off some of the pressure. Well, I enjoy it for that reason of just going out, taking off some pressure. I go and enjoy just seeing what happens. I try to experiment with different things, how to catch fish, bring some home, release these 2 tonight. I have a mission in that I'm doing for my next door neighbor. So you need something where you can say, I'm going, whatever it is, something that's good, healthful. Might be golf. I got some of the guys in our church, some of the young guys, they like to go play golf. And I ask, sometimes they're under a lot of pressure from their job. They just get tired. I said, have you guys gone and hit a few balls? Sometimes it's just going out to the driving range and hitting the golf balls. It's sometimes just a way to take out frustration. You might not get a good hit on the ball. It might not be good for your swing to do that too often because you'll get off. Then you'll need to go talk to my brother in California who's a golf instructor and a very good one. It might be, ladies, you just need to go and do one of your favorite hobbies. It doesn't matter. I need to do this. Or I'm going to go do this. You're making a declaration. But a portion of that is you recognize it's a time when you can be with the Lord. Now, the rest of that story, you read in John 21, who was looking out? Who was on the shore? Jesus was on the shore. And I'm sure that he had a smile on his face. Because you can read it. He said, hey guys, you catch anything? Nah. He said, well, cast over on the right side of your boat. They weren't sure who it was, but they followed the directions. They cast out. They pulled in a huge haul of fish. All of a sudden, they recognized who it was. It was Jesus. And of course, Peter, he's the one who said, well, I'm going fishing. Who's the first one in the water? He jumps in the water, swings on shore, and comes up to Jesus. Read John 21, and you'll catch on to what I'm talking about. That much more. May it be a blessing to you. But look for this. Look for this. You can go to YouTube. You can go hashtag bridge builders. And you should find me. You might find my face. But then I'm going to be highlighting these as I'm going fishing. And I think I'm also going to put on the scripture reference, John 21. So look for it. Share it. If you're getting anything out of this, share it, will you? I want people to benefit. I want to feel as though that I'm talking directly to you and you can talk back to me, which you can do at da.fraser, F-R-A-S-E-R, at email.com. You send me an email there, I'll get it. I'll respond. Look for me also on Facebook. I'll be posting stuff there too. So God bless you all. This is a great evening. Haven't seen the rain yet, but I'm looking forward to it. May you be blessed as we come into tomorrow is Friday. We begin the time of many people that I know, they begin to celebrate the Shabbat in Friday, beginning Friday night, ending Saturday night. It's that time of rest that God called for in the book of Genesis. It's the only one of his 10 commandments that actually has a date to it. Think about that. It's important that we get our rest. That's why I went fishing. God bless you all, and we will see you later.